you are gonna be a hit. As the holiday season arrives, at least here in the United States, I'm sure you're gonna be finding yourself going to more and more and more and more and more and more holiday parties, at least until you're sick of everyone. And if you're anything like the average human being, you want people to love you, you want people to be awed by you, you want people to kneel down before you. Maybe that's a bit extreme. But here are 3 effects that you can perform right now without any practice and at any party. Alright, yo, so check this out. For today's effects, we're going to be using the Dan and Dave V8 Smoke and Mirrors playing cards, the blue edition, as you can see. We'll give the deck a couple of cuts to get started and maybe even like a couple of shuffles. I think the shuffles really are what sell the actual effect. And I do this every day, like straight up every day I'm actually shuffling. Once we've done this, this card trick is actually going to be very different than any other card trick that you've probably seen because you don't need a card selected. You're going to help me organize this whole deck. So I'm going to ask you, for example, what color is this card? You're going to say red or black, right? So what color is this card? Red, all right? You are 100% correct. We're going to make a red pile right over here. I'm going to make a black pile right here. So let's say this card is black. This card is going right here. You're going to help me with this entire deck. So let's go through red or black. Red, okay. Red pile's here. Red again, okay. Red again, okay. We're going to go a couple blacks. Black again, black again. Okay, ready, okay. So we'll do this a couple more times, you know, just until the deck is done. So black, black, red, 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 black, 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 red. All right, not bad. Let's go a couple more times. Let's say red, red, black, black, black. And let's just take a quick break here. So I'm going to take this red card and I'm going to put it on top of the black pile. And I'm going to take this black card and I'm going to put it on top of the red pile. So now this is all black cards. It's going to be separated by one red card and it's going to be all red cards. This is all red cards separated by the one black card, and then it's going to be all black cards. So let's keep going with the rest of the deck. Red, 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 black, 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 red, black, 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 red, 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 black, red, black, red, red, black, black, red, and red. Threw you off a little bit there, but then again, you were telling me, so threw myself off. All right, just to recap. This is all black cards separated by the one red card and all red cards. This is all red cards separated by the one black card and all black cards. It's insane, so check this out. Like I mentioned, right over here, this was all black cards separated by that one black card and then all red cards. And then this, right over here, was all red cards separated by, of course, that one red and all black cards. You did this. Amazing. This card trick is known as out of this world and it would literally drive people's brains out of their bodies. Get ready. Here's effect number 1 of my top 3 party tricks that I always go to at any party. Now, first things first, this does require a little bit of a setup, but it's nothing too crazy. You're going to start by splitting the cards into red cards and black cards. So let's quickly do that right now. All right, once you've done this, all you have to do is put these halves together, nice and easy. From this point, just to sell the effect more, I like to give the deck a couple of false cuts or false shuffles. You can do that or not do that. An easy, super easy false cut that I like to do is I hold the packet in what's known as a biddle grip, middle ring finger on top, thumb on the bottom. I use my index finger to cut about a third of the deck like this, pull back, put it into your non-dominant hand, cut about another third, put it into your non-dominant hand, but hold a break with your pinky like this. Put this right here. Take the rest of these cards, put them down. Packet above the pinky goes down, and then that goes down. So up to speed, it looks quite believable, but the cards have not even been mixed up, which is unbelievable. There's also a shuffle that I did for the performance, but I'll talk about that a bit more at the end because I would say it's definitely not a super beginner level thing that you can do right now. But anyway, once you have the card split, you tell the card split up, put together and falsely shuffled or cut, you would tell the spectator this is going to be a different type of card trick. There's going to be no card selected. You're going to get their help, right? They're going to help you in sorting these cards into reds and blacks. So I like to pick up the first card and I ask them, do you think this card is red or black? Regardless of their answer, I'm going to show them the card and I'm going to say you're either correct or incorrect. So if they say this card is red, I'd be like, no, you're wrong, this card is black. But I'll put this down and we'll make a black pile. Then I can ask them again, do you think this card is red or black? If they say red, you can put it here in the red pile. Or if it's black, you can put it in the black pile. But if you do want to have a bit more fun, you can say, all right, well, this was your second try. You didn't actually get it, but maybe you can do the rest of the deck. So I put that down. I usually don't do this more than twice. Otherwise, it kind of just gets a bit boring, to be honest. So we're going to go back and forth between red and black. So these are going to be the black pile right here, and then we're going to put the red pile right here. So we're going to go red, black, and we can put whatever order that they want. And ultimately, we're going to stop at 25 cards. So right now we've had 10. I usually square everything up at counts of 10 just to keep easier track in my mind. So we have 10 cards here, and let's just say we're going a couple more. That's 20 cards, and we'll do a few more. And that's 25 cards. At 25 cards, right, because of the split up of the deck, these are actually all black cards, which is great. But the problem is, these are all black cards as well, which they actually should be red cards. So let's put this back down. And now we would tell the spectator, let's stop here for a second, take a break. And now I want to switch things up. You take the next card, which is going to be a black card because these were all black. Take the black card and put it on top of the quote-unquote red pile and say, this is all red cards. We're going to separate it now by one black card, and I'll leave that here. Same deal here. These are all red cards, and the next card is going to be red, but I'd like to lift it up, pretend that, I'm looking for a red card. Maybe I can go into the center of the deck, pull out a card that I see is a red card, and I put that on top of the black pile, but that actually is the black pile. So now I tell the spectator, we're going to now put all the black cards here. Now we're going to put the red cards here. So these are black separated by the one red. These are red separated by the one black. And now we're going to go through the rest of the deck. No counting needed here. They can, go as crazy as they want, and you can split up the cards in any way that you want. Now here is really where the selling point happens. You emphasize the fact these were all red cards separated by the one black card, and we have all black cards. These were all black cards separated by the one red card, and now you have all red cards. Now you want to spread them out in the right way. I'm not sure if I did my performance or not. I wasn't really thinking, but you want to make sure they spread out in the right way. So I like to square everything up like this, square everything up like this, and I usually like to spread out the second pile first, and you want to spread out the second pile backwards like this. So instead of spreading from left to right, you're going to spread from right to left. Second pile, like I said, right to left. These were all black cards. Hopefully you can see the light's a bit bright. These were all black cards separated by that one red card, and all the cards were red. Square this up, put it on over. And this one you turn over, spread from left to right, sorry. And these were all red cards separated by that one black card. And people will freaking lose their marbles. It's insane. And now real quick for all my ambitious friends out there who want to know the shuffle that I did in my performance, this is pretty much what I did, right? So the cards are split into reds and blacks. I shuffle over, I would say maybe about like 5-6 cards at the beginning. So do a quick shuffle like this. All right, and I want to get to close to the midpoint of the deck. So I want to shuffle over about 20 cards. Once I shuffle over about 20 cards, then I start peeling off single cards like this. Once I know I'm past the center, then I can continue doing a normal overhand shuffle. And if we take a look at the cards, the order between black and red will be reversed, but the blacks will all be together and the reds will all be together. And this shuffle is just, it's brilliant. This trick right here is one of my favorites to do in larger groups because it's just so much fun, so much interaction happening. I like to hand the deck over to the spectator and they can shuffle it up as much as they'd like. Now what we're gonna do is a casino style wash. I'm gonna wash out the cards like this. The spectator actually can wash out the cards like this to make it a bit more fun, right? We'll spread everything out and now we have a bit of a mess. I'm gonna ask spectator, I'm gonna have 3 spectators, spectator number 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna ask spectator number 1 to select a random card. Let's just say, touch a card. Just touch a card that you think is the 4 of clubs. You think this card deep in here is the 4 of clubs? We'll take it out. You've touched this card. That's it. There's no changing your mind. We're gonna take this card, leave it on over to the side. You have some cards falling off. Now spectator number 2. Spectator number 1 selected the 4 of clubs. Spectator number 2, I want you to select the Queen of Diamonds. Right, we're gonna go on this side. Let's just say they think this card is a Queen of Diamonds. We'll take it, leave it right over here. So we have the 4 of clubs and Queen of Diamonds. 4 of clubs, Queen of Diamonds. We're gonna have one more card selected. Let's say it's the 7 of clubs. All right, so 7 of clubs. Let's just say spectator number 3 touches this card they think is the 7 of clubs. So we have, what cards do we have? We have 4 of clubs, Queen of Diamonds, and 7 of clubs. We're gonna stick through with the club route. And we're gonna go, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna say 4 of diamonds. We're gonna have to go with 4 diamonds. So I wanna pick a card that I think is 4 of diamonds here. Let's just go with this card, buried deep inside. Throw the rest of these cards over to the side like this. And we're left with just 4 cards. Now, what was the first card that was selected? The 4 of clubs, right? Check this out. The 4 of clubs. What was the second card that was selected? Queen of diamonds. Spectator number 2 picked the Queen of diamonds. Third card that was selected, 7 of clubs. Boom, we have the 7 of clubs, and that was the last card that I selected. 4 of diamonds, and there you have the 4 of diamonds. I mean, come on, that is pretty wild. This second effect is a version of Al Baker's 3 billet trick, and if people are not impressed by this, they're straight up lying. This next trick I've literally been doing as one of the first tricks I ever learned just because it's phenomenal. So to start off, you hand the deck over to the spectator, allow them to shuffle it up as much as they want. If you want to do an overhand shuffle, if they feel confident enough to do like a one-handed riffle shuffle, that also would be very impressive. I have never met anyone who can actually do that, but if they could do that, all the power to them. Now, once this is done, you take the deck back from the spectator, and you want to take a peek at the bottom card. For me, I have the 5 of spades. You take a peek at the bottom card, and now you're going to do what's known as a casino-style wash. I like to dribble the cards onto the table like this, and have the spectator mix up just very lightly the top couple of cards, because you want to maintain that bottom card on the bottom. So they shuffle it up, and there we have it. Now, if you remember, the bottom card, you have to see exactly where the bottom card is, make sure you can get to it at any point, is the 5 of spades, right? We have the bottom card is the 5 of spades. I'll put it back there. And at this point, you're going to tell the spectator, ideally, again, like I did in my performance, you want 3 spectators, because that just makes it a lot easier for people to remember the cards. Because if it's just one person, chances are they barely remember their one single card at half the time. So I like to emphasize that we want either 3 spectators, or I constantly repeat the card so that 1, I remember, and 2, they remember. Okay, so first spectator comes along, you ask them to point to the 5 of spades. Now, of course, you know where that 5 of spades is, they do not. They're gonna touch some random card. Let's just say they touch this card here. This card, you take it out. Again, you ask them just to touch. They take this card out, you take a quick peek at it, and I like to do either one of 2 things. Either take a quick nonchalant peek at it, and then put it down, or I either try to validate or confirm what they picked by just like nodding, or just being like, okay. Make sure they do not see this card. So you pick it up, take a quick glance at it, it's a 10 of hearts. So the first card you asked them to select was the 5 of spades. They think they selected the 5 of spades. They probably don't think that, but let's just say that they do. 5 of spades. We put that card over to the side. Where can you see it? 5 of spades goes over to the side. So now the second card you tell spectator number 2 to pick is the 10 of hearts, right? This is using the 1 ahead principle. So whatever card that you pick, you tell the next person to pick that card. So you're going 1 ahead. So this isn't the actual card. This is the card that should be 1 ahead. So we have this is the 5 of spades. Now you ask spectator number 2 to pick the 10 of hearts. Let's say they touch this one. This is the 7 of hearts. Again, you act like okay, or you just take a quick glimpse and put it on over to the side. So you tell spectator number 2 pick the 7 of hearts. They go ahead and touch this card, right? So now you tell the spectators, so far we have 5 of spades, 10 of hearts, and 7 of hearts. And then you take a look at this card and you say, well, I'm just going to pick some random card, and this is an 8 of diamonds, by the way. I'm going to pick some random cards, the 8 of diamonds. So you go ahead, pretend you're looking around, and pick the card that you know is the 5 of spades. So you come down here, pick out your 5 of spades, put it on top of the pile, and you can move all the cards over to the side. Now, if I could pick these up. Now, I want to make sure these cards are in the right order. So what I like to do is I like to just say, well, I actually don't say anything. I shuffle 1 card, peel off 1 card, put it on the bottom, then I just reverse the order. Like this. So now the top card, you ask spectator number 1, what did you pick? They say 5 of spades. Look at that, 5 of spades. Spectator number 2, what did you pick? 10 of hearts? Whoa. 10 of hearts right there. Spectator number 3, 7 of hearts? No way. What did I pick? 8 of diamonds? That's exactly what it is. I mean, come on. That will destroy people physically, if at least not mentally. One last thing about this real quick, because I know people have asked me questions on this. Let's say your bottom card again is the 5 of spades, and those cards are, mixed up, washed up, whatever it is. Let's say you have a spectator, you tell them to pick the 5 of spades, they touch this card, it's the 8 of clubs, you put it over to the side. Now you ask spectator number 2, pick the 8 of clubs. Now let's say they're picking the card, but they happen to pick your 5 of spades, right? They happen to pick your 5 of spades, and they put that there. So at this point, you're actually all set. You don't have to do any more picking, no other spectators need to select anything. This is actually, honestly, the best possible case because you have not interacted with it at all. They shuffled up the deck, they did everything. And from here, you can literally just say, spectator number 1, what did you select? The 5 of spades. There's a 5 of spades. Spectator number 2, what did you select? 8 of clubs. well, there's the 8 of clubs, and it's genuine magic. This final card trick, I barely even believed it was real. We'll have a card selected completely at random. Spectator can go ahead, select whatever card they want. Let's just say it's this card right over here. Take a look at it and memorize it. All right, once we have this card, of course, me as a performer, I have seen nothing. I'm gonna hand the deck over to the spectator. They're gonna shuffle it as much as they want, and I want them to cut it as close to center as possible. Let's just say right around here. They're gonna take their card, smash it here. Now, you can have your eyes closed the entire time, by the way, as a performer, and that card is truly lost somewhere in the center of the deck. Here's where it gets wild. You're gonna ask the spectator now to split the deck into 4 even piles. Let's just speed through that right now. All right, once all of this is done, I'm gonna show the spectator each one of these piles, and all they're gonna tell me is if their card is in that pile. So pile number 1, is your card here? No, all right, put that over to the side. Pile number 2, is your card here? No, okay. Put that over to the side. Pile number 3, is your card here? Yes? All right, cool. Cool. Put the rest over to the side like this. Now, one more time, they're gonna split this pile into 4 even piles. At this point, we're gonna use the process of elimination, but without looking at any of the other cards. Now, right off the bat, this packet has 4 cards, while the rest have 3. Gonna get rid of that, and we're left with 3 packets. Let's get rid of all the end cards, right? No one really likes the cards at the end. Gonna get rid of those 2, and only keep the center card. Get rid of those 2, get rid of those 2, and we're left with just 3 cards. And there is, of course, still 1 card in the center. So let's keep the center card, get rid of these 2. And what was the card that you selected and lost somewhere in the deck? The 8 of clubs? Check it out. The 8 of clubs. Insane! I'm not gonna lie to you. Third effect, I have no idea what it's called. But still, you don't need a name to know how to do this. You can do it right now. This effect is straight up the easiest one on here by far. All you need is a deck of 52 cards, and that's it. So let's start off. I like to hand the deck over to the spectator, and they can shuffle it up as much as they would want to their heart's content. Once they're done shuffling it up, you ask them, they can keep the deck by the way, and you ask them to select whatever card they want, so they can look at the cards if they want to and have a card selected. Let's just say they pick the 7 of diamonds. Of course, as a performer, you wouldn't know that, so let's leave that over to the side. And now you ask the spectator to give the deck a cut as close to the center as possible. And this is really the magic of the whole effect. This cut truly has to be within like 1 to 2 cards of the center. So when they give the deck a cut, let's say right around here, it should be fairly close to the center, right? It should be fairly close to the center. Let's just say they give the deck a cut and it's like way off, like that much off, right? If it's a good chunk off, I don't know how much you can see. But you want to ask them to kind of even it out so they can take some cards from one pile, from the other pile. And if they want to, they can really mix up these piles as well. As long as they're about the same, I was going to say length, around the same size. Once this is complete, you have them take their selected card and sandwich it between those 2 piles. All right, so now their card is lost. At this point, I like to take the deck back, give it the false cuts we talked about, but again, not really necessary here. And this just kind of has them, or shows them that, you know, the card is truly lost somewhere in the center of the deck. From here, you can hand this deck to the spectator and have them split it up into 4 even piles. Let's just quickly go through that. Once this has been split up, you do the exact same thing I did in my performance. I asked them, is your card in this pile? They're gonna say, you know, yes or no. You can see the 7 of diamonds is actually there. We close this up, close up the rest of the packets, and toss them over to the side. From here, split this packet into 4 even packets. And I like to, at this point, tell them I'm gonna use the process of elimination. This packet has 4 cards, the other ones have 3, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And now we're gonna trim down all of the ends. So we're only gonna keep the center card, keep the center card here, keep the center card here, keep the center card here, and of course there's only 1 card that's actually left in the center. Take the other 2 away, and you're left with your magical 7 of diamonds. It's beautiful how this effect works. If you cannot do these tricks after watching this video, just DM me anywhere, and I will get back to you to make fun of you. Nah. You can reach out. I won't make fun of you. Thanks for watching. Love you. See you soon. And here's the deck. Drop.